3, 2, 1. Like, they took their sweet time engineering this masterpiece. Like, the little whining was beautiful. The ambience, the theater, the little performance this car gives you when you decide to go sporty with it is excellent. I love it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, today you guys join me in the 2025 Mazda CX70. And I'm not gonna lie, this thing looks like a little breed between the old gen BMW SUVs and a slightly new gen Jaguar just mashed up together to give us this beauty. And I can't lie, Mazda is cooking these days. 3.3 inline 6, 280 horsepower and 332 pound-feet of torque. All-wheel drive with an 8-speed automatic transmission. And this is what she looks like. And yes, those vents on the sides are actually practical. And this thing has a very premium look. Like, just look at the headlights. They have taken the time. Let me come up a little bit closer. They have taken the time to cut out this part for the indicators. What brand does that? Mazda, the old gen Mazda, never used to do this. And again, well, these ones are fake though on this one, but most times they're actually functional. Parking sensors all around and a nice glossy finish to the grille. Honeycomb slots all around with a front parking camera. And now if you come to the sides with around, I want to say 22-inch wheels. I am probably wrong, I'll have to double check that. But the silhouette is where the Jaguar part of this thing comes out a little bit. And as you can see, this thing is actually kind of big. It is very big. Think of a CX90, but as a 2-row with the biggest feature change, the extra trunk space y'all will get. And this is what I mean when you come back here and see that old school BMW X5M or something like that. Tail lights, because the tail lights and all the body lines just simply flow into the tail lights. And at first I used to despise them, but now they've kind of grown on me a little bit. They look pretty good, I can't really lie. Now opening the trunk to see all that extra trunk space we have, because again, this is basically a CX90 but as a 2-row. And I'm gonna use this as an example. You guys see how wide and how long this thing is? This thing can fit, well, somewhat as a little slant like that. Most cars won't let you do that. So having a car this big and this bulky that has space to put legit carry-on suitcases, it's pretty nice. Now hopping into the interior, but again, let's take in the side profile. Just look at how this is where the Jaguar side of this thing looks, and going to the back you can see how it looks like a little hatchback, kind of sporty with the little spoilers sticking out. It's very nice. I would say this thing looks very good in black or red. Those are gonna be the best ones, best colors to get. Now getting into here, yeah, very nice. We have a little bit of analog / digital gauge cluster, which is very nice to look at. We also have our little Prindle here to help connect, well, control our infotainment system, which I love that they've kept it like this, because I wouldn't like to go around touching. And no, it is not touchscreen, so you don't even have to worry about fingerprints on this. Giant panoramic sunroof that I'm gonna figure out how to open real quick. There we go. Putting my keys down here. Wireless phone charging over here. My Mi Drive, so I can put it to sport, normal, or off-road. Would I take this thing off-road? Probably not. Would it make sense to do that? But let us go for a quick little drive and do a little rev test, you know? Right, so let's do a quick little rev test. Well, in our sportiest settings, we don't really need to turn off traction control because there's really no point in an all-wheel drive car. Oh! No soft limit, and that inline 6, damn. I swear these guys must have taken some inspiration from some BMWs or something, because this is beautiful. I love this thing. And we have a rear view mirror that I'm trying to adjust. There we go. This is what our Prindle looks like. Very classy. Perforated leather seats. You can get this in black and in red. I would highly recommend go for the red because you can get some nice guts going all the way around here. This is all soft touch material, so we kind of chippened out on the interior a little bit, but all this is soft touch material and pretty solid. And the driving feel about this thing is traditional to all Mazdas. Zoom zoom is always the name of the game for these things. And yes, we do have the tiniest paddle shifters. Let me actually see if I can show you guys these tiny little paddle shifters that are legitimately a couple of inches long, if not slightly shorter. But we'll do a quick little acceleration. But yep, tiny little paddle shifters. Probably do see them all. 3, 2, 1. Wow. For a big SUV, this buddy can haul, and can haul pretty quickly. This Mazda, if you're interested in towing something, this thing can tow up to 5,000 pounds. So we'll say a small boat, maybe a trailer with a small car, but still very good towing capacity. We have adaptive cruise control, and another thing I've learned to fall in love with is the sound system. The sound systems in this car is, damn, Mazda is like showing up and showing off right now. The sound system is really good. And that, like, the inline 6 filters in so well. Like, I can feel sporty while driving an SUV that is almost as big as a Durango, but I'll get slightly better gas mileage. And yes, there is really nothing I can legitimately point out and be like, I don't like this. Even the, what's it called, the vents for my air, like, all of them are like flared out to give me, like, the attention to detail is crazy, to say the least. That's what I've noticed with a lot of Mazdas these days. The attention to detail is crazy. The stitching, the color scheme, the color coding and everything. Like, you can see the little theme going on in here of this nice brown stitching that even follows all the way into the vents. Like, it is great. It is great to see them put this amount of attention to detail to this. We have blind spot monitoring. We got adaptive cruise control. And that I'm not gonna try it out right now. Actually, I'll try it out when I get into like some stop and go traffic and see how it handles. But downshift again. Man, the suspension can be tight if I really wanted to. Like, for a big bulky car like this, it's not bad. It really ain't bad, I can't really lie. Now, you guys know the road I'm approaching to. We're gonna do a quick little 0 to 60 and a brake test. So let's get it started. We're gonna put the car and let it, the 8-speed automatic transmission, shift itself, because if I shift it, I'm probably gonna be a couple milliseconds behind and won't be the most optimal of shifts. So let's do this. 3, 2, 1. Now, brake test. Oh, smooth. The power delivery is so smooth. Like, they took their sweet time engineering this masterpiece. The braking is smooth, the acceleration is smooth, and it sounded like whining. Like, if I didn't know anything about cars and I only knew how cars sounded like, I would think it had a supercharger on it. Like, the little whining was beautiful. The ambience, the theater, the little performance this car gives you when you decide to go sporty with it is excellent. I love it. I enjoy it quite a lot. Ah, the sweet spot for these RPMs, between the 4,000 RPM and I would say pushing it to the 6,000 RPM line. That is where this car sounds beautiful. It sounds excellent. And yes, this car is not meant for any sporty driving, but if you're feeling sporty-ish, the suspension is nimble enough to let you do that. The steering is precise enough. Does it communicate with me what's happening on the road most of the time? Not really. It's an SUV, it's supposed to be comfy. The seats are good enough, like they're cushy enough for me to be able to sit down and just enjoy it a lot. So, I can't lie. I can't lie, this is great. This is a great SUV. And from the premium looks, because this thing, you have to admit, looks very, very premium-ish. So you can't even hate it. And if you're wondering how you turn on your cruise control or all your other driving aids, push this button, this little pop-up pops up, and we can say to 41 kilometers an hour. And we're gonna, now it sees the car in front of us and it slows down. Like, it's so smooth. Mazda has been stepping up its game a lot. And your infotainment system is just as nice. Apple Wireless, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. Like, it's hard for me to talk right now because the theater and the performance of this thing is crazy. I've driven a lot of SUVs, and this one is kind of becoming a favorite because I know the potential of this thing. I know we got the black on black interior, which makes it seem a little bit dull, but the way it is that once you get, like, let's say a red interior, the red guts, everything changes. Everything changes. Everything is completely different. And from my perspective, you can't hate it. You really cannot hate it. I would implore you to drive a CX70 and see for yourself what the hype is about, because Mazda came out with the CX90. People loved it. Mazda is coming out with so many cool cars with like inline sixes. We will think they'll probably, a lot of people thought they were gonna go with a 4-cylinder turbocharged 4-cylinder and call it a day. But for them to bring out an inline six, a brand new engineered engine just for these cars, man, it's chef's kiss. You cannot hate it. I'm gonna turn back on my cruise control. You cannot hate it. You just have to love it. Like, this car is, for all intents and purposes, a very, very solid family SUV to have. And not gonna lie, you guys would love it. Anybody with a family, with a small family and just needs a lot of space, would love a vehicle like this. There is nothing to hate, and I will stand by it. I love the fact that they still kept proper analog buttons. They didn't go with the little simple touchscreen plasticky feel. All of these materials feel premium. There is barely any creaking in here. And all these design choices, like all of this, just makes you realize the attention to detail Mazda puts into their vehicles. Like, look at this. You can't tell me this doesn't feel premium. The chrome surrounding it, the proper buttons all around as well. Like, all of this. And yes, we do have our heated seats and our heated steering wheel. We don't have ventilated seats, unfortunately. You can probably get some in the higher trims of the Mazda CX70. But still, it's honestly not a bad car at all. Back. Still, you cannot hate it. And I'm sure you guys can see it. We got heads-up display as well, and it blinkered away. Let me slow down a bit so you can show you. When there's a car close to my blind spot, there should be some little semicolons that show up there. You see those little semicolons right there? Show you that there's a car just in your blind spot, which is very nice. I don't have to always look up to my side mirrors to see that. Like, all these premium little feels, as small as they may be, that little 1% adds up every single time, and you begin to realize how much this Mazda, how nice it is, how premium it is, and for the price, it's really not bad. And I highly doubt these things are gonna depreciate. I feel like these things are gonna hold their value very, very well. Now let's take some little not side roads, but inner roads, so we can do a little horn test, and we'll call this, and we'll wrap up this review very, very soon. Those signals sound so elegant. I don't know what they sampled to get signals that sound this mwah, but they took their sweet time making this thing, and it shows. All-wheel drive, simple, efficient, 3.6 liter inline six. At like just above half a tank, we have 230 kilometers of range, which means at a full tank we should be hitting the low 500s actually, probably. Man, there is nothing you could look at a car like this and say, I despise this about the Mazda. And let me give you a quick little insight of how the speakers, the Bose premium speakers of this thing sounds like. And yes, because of how simple it is, I don't have to reach up to grab something to fondle with the volume knob. The volume knob is just down there. Ooh, that is loud.
Roz and Mocha.
Yo, how you doing? It's 8:39, 20 degrees right now. 23 is the high. Might get some isolation.
Oh man, it just like insulates you in sound. Like I don't even hear the road anymore if I had my music play right now. Ooh, man, beautiful car. But let's say somebody decides to cut me off. Let's say they skirt off of a side road and just narrowly miss me by a hair of a margin while I'm driving my 2025 brand new CX70 and want to honk the horn at them. 3, 2, 1. It's perky, it's peppy, it's like sharp enough for them to 100% notice what they did to you and they 100% know what they did to you, but it's nice. It's a crisp sounding horn. This has been Morty in the 2025 CX70. Take care guys and peace.